Women bring something different to engineering. We have maybe a slightly different way of thinking, we have problem solving slightly different, and it all just adds to the cooking pot, doesn't it? With a successful business, it's just got to be, I suppose it doesn't really matter if you wear trousers or a skirt, but it just brings it all nicely together.
I'm Matt Stadlen, and this is Made in Britain UnPacked, the series where we tell the stories of British manufacturers. And I'm so excited to say that with me here today is Sara Pullen. She is Managing Director of Pyroglass. And I guess the clue is in the name of the company because you work with glass.
We do indeed, yeah. It's a texturized continuous filament glass. It starts off life as a yarn. So this is an example of one of the yarns we use. Yeah, of course. It's exactly the same type of glass that you would... Soft. Yeah, very soft. It's like cotton wool. Same glass that you would put in panes of windows, in your car, but it's just produced slightly differently. So it's in a big foundry. It's taken up to about 1500 degrees Celsius, the base material. And then it's basically strewn down into the little rivulets, air's blown at it, and that's how you end up with a very soft glass. So it's exactly the same type of material. And
this is a different feel.
Yeah, so that's got aluminium in it as well. So it's aluminium and glass. So that's what we're learning to currently knit with as well.
So mostly glass you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And you've got a bit of something else.
And a bit, yeah, so a bit of aluminium, a bit of basalt as well. So basalt's a mineral rock. It's mined from within the hillsides, and usually in America or Russia, a place like that. And so it's a rock, and it's formed into the same type of product. So it's a yarn.
Before we go any further, Sarah, just very briefly explain to us, what is this for?
So it's all high temperature. So it's all for either keeping heat in or keeping heat out. And it depends absolutely on the application. So for example, if you've got a wood burning stove, you need to close that door, and metal against metal doesn't produce a good seal. So these are the kind of products you'll put in the door. Same for a boiler. A boiler can't have two pieces of metal together. It's got to be airtight. So these are the products that can cope with that kind of temperature. So we're talking about 400, 500 degrees Celsius. So it allows the appliance to seal properly and work properly.
Am I right in saying that these products came into being originally as a replacement for asbestos?
They did, yeah. They're a brilliant alternative to asbestos, a safe alternative, just due to the filament size.
So what's going on here? This is a sort of mini version of what you would put to market.
It is.
Because you sell by the metre.
Yep.
And you sell what? How many metres a year roughly?
Roughly about 3 million metres.
That's a lot of metres.
It's a lot of metres. It's a lot of knitting.
A lot of knitting. And 120 products, is that right?
Yeah, thereabouts.
And you're not knitting this with your hands, because that would be a lot of knitting, wouldn't it?
We always get that question. Do you have loads of nanas in the back just knitting? No, so it's mechanical knitting in terms of, if you think back to the early 1500s, there was a British inventor called William Lee. He decided to mechanise knitting, as in with the two needles. Obviously, it wasn't until the Industrial Revolution that it really took off, and that's where we're at now. So the technology hasn't changed that much.
And Manchester played a role, of course,
yes, of course,
in the Industrial Revolution. So do you feel that? Do you feel that history?
Yes.
Sense of history?
Manchester definitely, and especially where we are in Lancashire as well. We've got all the old mills, and especially a building like this, and it's brilliant. It just makes you feel the history. So whilst we're a progressive company, we've got a long way in the future that we're looking ahead. So we're looking at obviously aluminium and things like that. We definitely love our heritage.
I mean, these are real life products that go into real life situations, and you're making them.
Yeah.
And that must be a good feeling.
It is. It's absolutely brilliant. As a team of 19, manufacturing, it's funny, isn't it? Because a lot of people say, oh, manufacturing, it's hard. And it is hard. It's a tough environment, really. But I've always found that there's 19, but we're all on the same hymn sheet. We all work to the same goals. The customer comes first, and we have a factory full of very like-minded people. They're all brilliant. I mean, couldn't do it without them. They're an amazing team, and that's what makes being a manufacturer so nice, to have that team around you. So it's, yeah, they're absolutely brilliant.
The business is almost 40 years old. I think it was set up in 1987, so late 80s. But your family bought it more recently, is that right?
Yeah, 2005. So yeah, so they set up in 2005, took over the business, and it's grown from strength to strength since then. I joined 15 years ago to help them, and then my husband joined 13 years ago. So we're proper little family business.
You're second generation engineer. I'm going to embarrass you now, but I think you're shaking your head. I think you won, what was it?
Young Woman Engineer of the Year in 2006.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. It is very cool, yeah. There's, it's a really lovely accolade to have as a female engineer, as positive reinforcement that women should be in engineering. You can see I'm quite passionate about it. Women bring something different to engineering. We have maybe a slightly different way of thinking, we have problem solving slightly different, and it all just adds to the cooking pot, doesn't it? Of a successful business, it's just got to be, I suppose it doesn't really matter if you wear trousers or a skirt, but it just brings it all nicely together. So yeah, as a role model, if anybody sees this and goes, oh, I'd like to speak to Sara because she obviously enjoys the job, then contact me. It's one of those, isn't it?
Sara, it's inspiring to hear you tell your story and to see the enthusiasm you have for what you do. Thank you so much for explaining it to us.
Thank you for having me.